All right, everyone, welcome back. If you're coming for the second part, this should be the final part. I should be able to get most of this build done today. Now that the hard part is all finished. So I think today we're going to tackle decorating up the bottom of it, making it look a little bit more authentic. Some decorating in the inside. I think I'll finish off that center pillar piece that you bounce your head off of. I'll put in some just cosmetic decorations. We got to finish off the roof. So basically more cosmetic today than anything else. And depending on time, I might actually put some chests up there and where my workstations are going to be, but I haven't really thought about how that's going to look. So let's get started. I'm going to sleep through the night here. Okay, so I think what I want to do first, let's tackle the bottom. So if we're looking up, yeah, so I want to decorate the bottom. Right now you can just see the bottom of the Lego pieces, and because it is kind of an attraction, I want to make it so like when you're looking up and you're looking at it, you're not seeing the Lego studs on the bottom. I want to flip everything over, which I've already started. We're just going to expand off of that. So I think that's a good place to start. So I think what I'm going to do, let's get filtered to Ninjago first, because I think that the flooring is going to be primarily Ninjago stuff. All right, and let's pick flooring. Okay, I think what I'm going to do first, so I've got this upside down flooring here already, so we're going to be snapping off of it. And I think I'm going to put a trim. I'm going to mix between this and the wood 4-panel flooring. So that's going to be more awkward working. My flying fish just wore off. It's probably going to happen a few more times. All right. All right, back to that. Okay. I'll put a... It's harder to do when you're upside down looking at it or underneath looking up at it. I'll put one ring of this around. Then I will go across with a strip of the wood again, and then do some filling. So it's just going to be a mix of these two styles. So let's get right farther over here. All right, so I'll go with that, and then I'm going to put a bunch of these straight across as a... Like at the top, on the top side, I just did it in like little V's in each corner. This time I'm going to do it all the way out to the edge. So it's going to kind of divide it like an X pattern. Or I guess not like an X, like a tic-tac-toe pattern. I'm really not used to flying. Now, will an 8 fit, or do I have to make some? Of course, it's going to be 10, which is the worst possible combination. 10, 20. Okay, let me start over again on that. just so it's symmetrical. And 10 is the hardest one to work with. I mean, I guess there is a 4-piece here, but the 4 would really stand out. So if it's 10, 28, and 8, 16, and okay, I'll put the 4-piece dead in the center, and then it'll be symmetrical and it'll look better. We won't have the problem going the other direction because this will take up the gap. There's one side. All right, we'll do the same over here. All right, this one, I shouldn't have a problem. It should all line up good this way. All right, yeah, it should be 2 16s and an 8 on each side with 3 in the middle. Didn't flip it fast enough. My trigger finger is too quick. Right. One last piece there. And then I think I'll slap in a bunch of these pieces in the middle here. I won't put the last row in just yet. I want to see what this looks like after I get these in there and I do the corners in stone, and then we'll see how I want to trim out the outside. Sometimes it's good to get a better perspective from a distance. See what it looks like. Hey, stay frosty. It's not too technical. There's for me, technical is when there's moving parts. think I'm gonna... Thank you. Yeah, once you get the shape to it, it starts to look all right, huh? Let's put these in. I think it'll clean up. I really like the decor on the Ninjago as well. So once I start putting some decorations inside, I think it'll start to look really good. There we go. So I got it to float by, there's a trick where you can couple and uncouple things. So it's been around for a long time. What's the guy's name? There's a guy that did a really good tutorial on how to do it. And essentially, once you put a piece in the ground, here, I'll show you. I'll just take a really quick pause here and I'll show you how you do it. So let's go to vehicle parts. And okay, so I'm going to take a dynamic platform like this one here, and say I want a brick to float up. Let's just pick, let me just find one of these vehicle bricks. Where are they? Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna aim this vehicle brick. So I'm aiming off of the platform, so it's completely lined up with it, but I'm going to move it away from the actual dynamic platform, and I'm going to snap it to the ground. So it's solid now. You can't push this, you can't move it. It's stuck there. So, but this is a dynamic. So if I was to push on this, of course, it would just slide and slip away. So as long as you stick enough more pieces on the dynamic, so I've got one piece on the ground I want to lift. This platform needs to have at least 2 pieces on it. So I'll actually, just to be safe, I'll put a couple of these other blocks on it. So now there's 3 pieces on the dynamic platform, and this is one single piece here stuck to the ground. So if I want to move it now, I just got to connect the 2. So I'll just take a piece of flooring and put it here so it's touching both of the, yeah, Lego Moxie, that's it. I put that piece of flooring on there, and then now it's popped that out of the ground. Now if you push this, the whole thing has become dynamic. And when you break this one piece, now I can get rid of all this, you can see that this piece is now stuck to the ground again in a different position, wherever position I left it. So that's essentially all I did. And if you look here on my build, I did it in 2 spots. Oh, sorry, let me just sleep through the night here so you can see better. And this is what I did. The very start of yesterday's stream was to put those up there. I built it on the ground here, and then you can't use balloons this high on the monastery, so I had to use thrusters and just thrust myself up and land on a platform, and then I pushed into place. And I tried to make 4 anchor points here, but I only got the 3. One of them, for some reason, fell out of place. And then I also have another one that I put here, this one right in the center, this little 4x4 black, I floated that one as well. So those are the anchor pieces. And once they're there, they're stuck. So they don't move anymore. So you couldn't get a piece to float. So I did notice there were some problems. Like, I've done this several different times in different other builds that I've got as well, but I noticed I had a problem yesterday that when I floated it up here and I landed on a platform and I pushed into place, when I broke the connection piece, it actually connected to the platform and was stuck. So I actually had it floating out there, not touching any other piece, just all on its own. And when I did that, then, well, I guess all of them except this one, there's supposed to be one here as well, and it didn't stick. So I've essentially got these 3 plus 1 on the top. So, but that's how I got it. That's how I got it up in the air and floating. And then once you've got the first piece in place, it's good, but you just got to be super careful, because if I break that piece now, this whole thing just comes crashing down, right? And I've done that before as well. Not on this build, but I've had that where I forgot which piece I anchored and busted out of the way and had the whole thing come down. Come on. Come on. Find that. Oh, there we go. Gotta practice my flying more. Really throws me off when I'm flying too. Like, I've tried doing some quests in my survival world, and when I was flying, I like the double tap just throws me off, especially when you're using the ninjutsu scroll. I go to do a double jump and I end up flying, and I didn't really want to fly. I find it quite annoying, actually. Yeah, so I found every time I use a balloon, like if I was lower and I wasn't as high as the monastery, I would have floated it into place with a balloon because it's more controllable. What I end up doing typically with a balloon is I'll build a platform where I want to be, and then I will float the piece up with the balloons, and then I will land the balloon on the platform, because at least the platform, if it's built from the ground, will be level and flat, and then I'll just push it into place. If you just watch like the very start of my stream yesterday, you'll see how I did it there, and it's essentially the same idea, except I would float it up with a balloon and land it there rather than rockets to fly it up. Need another one of these. Yeah, I did all that in the very start of my stream yesterday, so it's like the first half an hour or so. There was a couple glitches in there as well, so some learning experience. Yeah, for sure, man. I would love to visit. I always love seeing what other people come up with in their videos. A lot of my inspiration comes from watching other people's videos or seeing what they've done in their worlds. All right, and then I'll take a look from the bottom and see what it looks like. All right. I wish they had some red flooring. I would maybe put some red. I don't think I want to put. I want to break up the pattern in that last little stretch, I think, but I don't know. I'm just going to take a look and see what other floorings there are. So, man, they need to work out some more filters here, so you can just filter to the size you want as well. Like when I want half walls, nothing frustrates me more, because I like to mix and match pieces, and I go to look for half walls, and they're so far down the list now. Don't like that one. Don't like the orange. Like, I'd love to be able to just filter for 8x8s right now. Just gonna slap these in there and see. Just see what it looks like. There's gonna be a bunch of other stuff here hanging off the bottom as well, so it's not gonna be just those. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Maybe if I just went the smaller pieces. So it fits the pattern, but it has a different color. Yeah, there'll be some, I'll put some red here in the bottom as well, but yeah, I'd love to have some red flooring. I wish they would just like make some generic pieces where similar to like when you place a marker, you can pick what color it is. I wish they had some generic pieces that you could just select the color as well. And then you'd have this huge, like another, I mean, I guess as many colors as they give you, but like another 10 or 15. Because sometimes it's nice just, even if it's a plain piece, if it would just have a color that's complementary to the rest of the build, it would be brilliant. Okay, what else do I have here? I'm not convinced of... Now we're into the big ones. All right, I think I'm just gonna... I'll just go back to Ninjago. I can always change it afterwards. I'm just gonna fill it in. It might not even be that noticeable once I do what I'm planning to do next. Come on. Yeah, because I want to fill it out a bit more. So, because I mean, right now it looks a little bit flat. So I'm going to use a bunch of the Ninjago, kind of like the pillars or the trusses, and hang them underneath. So it kind of looks like, even though it is floating, it kind of looks like it is being supported. So yeah, using some of these pieces. Now I got to do some flipping here first, but what's the difference between this two? This one's got, oh, this one goes right to a point, and this one's got a flat edge on it. So I think I want to use the point one first. So, okay, let me drop a pillar down here first, just so I got to get everything flipped over here. Let's just pile that there. Okay. So, if that's the right height. Now spacing will be critical again. I might have to move stuff around a bit. So what if I move that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. putting that as a place marker. It's easier to build on top of it than it is to try and line it up. All right, let me just get a sleep here, get some daylight again. So, what if I put... I think I'm going to do this, actually, and adjust my spacing. Yeah, it's symmetrical both ways, so... Okay, let's put one of these here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I can remove that piece now. I'll move this one over. I'll have to move that one as well. And then I'll split this out. I'm going to stick that out a little bit more, and the reason being is I'm going to actually, I think I'll yeah, like that. And then from a distance, it just gives it a bit more volume, makes it look like it's being held up somehow, even though it's not really held up at all, but yeah, kind of like that. And if I do that on all four sides, it will look, yeah, I think it'll look all right. Might even put in, I can even put in some back bracing as well. Actually, let's use this other one here. I know it's a little, just so it looks a little different. Oh, I didn't do the same thing here, did I? All right, let me fix that. All right, now I just got to repeat that 3 more times. So where did I have it? I had it set. I set it back 8, I'm pretty sure, from the edge. Let me just make sure. 6 from the edge. Okay, so let's slap that in there so it's a marker for it. I do that a lot where it gets hard to see what you're doing, so I'll just put in a piece where I want it to end, and when you see it turn green, then you know you've got the right spot. All right, so now we just need to make sure that we don't have these two different sides colliding with each other. No, they work out all right. Did I have it? Just gonna check here and see, did I have it centered? No, it's sitting at the back. Yeah, like so here I want to make sure it's perfectly in line, so I moved it so it's green. I'll push it back 2, and then I know it's in the right spot, and then once you got it in the right spot, it's easy to snap into the other one. So same thing here, I'll just pull it all the way up. This one I wanted all the way up though. There we go, like that. Come on. Let me just take a look from down below just to make sure that's all right. Yeah, that looks all right from down there. I don't mind that. I'm going to do a little bit of trim. Well, that was like perfect timing. I just ran out of flying fish as well. Yeah, I like that. That'll be all right. And it'll be higher too because I'm going to put a roof cap on it as well. So we'll just finish off the bottom because it's almost done. And then we don't have to look down here anymore. It's really weird. It's actually showing green, but it's inside the floor. That's really bizarre. Yeah, it's showing it's inside the floor there, no? Maybe not. Maybe it's just optically tripping me out. Yeah, it's all right. Maybe I can even get it to this side. Perfect. Did I bust out that piece? No. Okay, last side. Yeah, it goes much quicker. Once you get the first side done and you know what you want, it becomes a lot easier. Oh, I see why it's tripping me out, because it's got the gap in the piece. Yeah, there's a gap in the middle there, so it was showing green even though that piece was in the way. I thought my build was glitched for a second. Right. Oh, no. I screwed something up here. Yeah, that's not right. That's what happens when it gets dark. I can't blame it on the dark. I should have known that I needed to gap it there, but I've done it 3 times already, so it's should be committed to memory by now. Okay. Let's do what I did last time, and then I should be able to get all of them at the same time here without having to reposition. All right, what does that look like? Yeah, that looks not bad. I like it. I like the way it looks. Okay, so I need to cover up these little anchor pieces a bit. I mean, I definitely, the reason they look so much different, I wanted very distinct pieces so I didn't in the future, like 6 months or a year from now, come in here and hit one of these and bugger it up and drop my whole build to the ground. Now I do have 3 of them, so it's unlikely I would mess up all 3 of them, but I do want to hide them because they don't really match in with everything. So I think I'm just going to use this railing. Okay, so and it'll cover up most of it. So I'll do that on all sides. Come on out here. It's not like anybody's going to be coming underneath. Anyways, why is that one? You just give it a little bit of hiding. And there's this railing I'm going to use as well from Where is Lockie's lighthouse? There it is. Yeah, this one here. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this in there as well. Okay, first let me... Lockie's has got no flat walls, of course. So let me find a wall here just to put a barrier up so I know where I want it to... know where I want it to hit. I'll use that as a marker. Come on, stick in place. Okay. Now, let's get turned this way so I can see what I'm doing. I want it to line straight up at the center here. So that should go around perfectly now. I can just clip these to each other. My marker piece. Okay, now let's just take a look and see what it looks like from up top here, right? So yeah, you can, I mean, you can, if you're really looking, you can see those pieces, but they don't stand out too terribly bad. All right. I had to make an addition to my little platform. I killed my poor chicken. He came down and hit off my jump pad, and then he bounced like 2 or 3 times, and then he crashed and died. So I found that if I put a barrier on 3 sides, then he doesn't get on the jump pad anymore. Well, at least not yet. Maybe he will in the future. We'll see. Okay, let's finish off this here. Okay, so this is the piece that I use, as you just saw there when I jump up. So when I hit my jump pad, I've got it on max height, so it hits me with the most amount of strength. And when you jump on it, I hit this center piece, which pushes me out to the side, and then I hit this piece, and that pushes me down. So basically, it's I bang my head twice, but it puts me on the platform, and it lets my villagers bounce up. So I'll finish this piece up next. So right now, the only thing connecting this piece here in the center is the anchored piece that's fixed in the air. And the only thing holding this outer piece is this one piece of wood. So I need to get those connected so that it doesn't fall down. So let's find some black floor, which is it's Durburger has. Oh no, I think it's the Friendly Neighborhood I like. It's got lots of different sizes. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so if I put a 12 on there, okay, let's put this other wall in there first. Let me also pick Ninjago and get this other corner in. That'll get my spacing right. Yeah, I'll show you. Like I love the jump pads. I do so much with the jump pads. If I got time after this, I'll take you to like this other area that I built in my world. I did a stream on it a few months ago, and I put them in on an angle, so like you can just like jump and it just bounces you all over the place. But let me get this finished, and if I got time, I'll take and show you that. All right, so I need this piece to line up here. Is that where I want it? No, that is not where I want it. It's the wrong way around, that's why. Okay, let's Oh, it doesn't want. I'm gonna have to manually stick it in there. It wants to align the other way. I'm putting it backwards to how it should be. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, now back to the flooring pieces. Look, 12 fits in there and touches. Put a 12. I'm always scared. I'm scared that I'm going to not connect it and pieces will fall apart, and that will be devastating. Okay, I might just actually stick a... This one will for sure touch. So it might... Yeah, it is touching. Okay. Actually, maybe I just do that. What if I'm going to remove that piece for a second. I'm trying to also fill this gap so it's not looking like there's that much black. I don't think I can get a 6er in there. On your friends list where? Here, like on Discord or on Reddit or where? Oh, on Lego. Are you? I'll have to check. You may be. I get, lost. Okay, now it should be held in place. I'm hoping. I'm going to bust this and hope that this thing doesn't fall down. It's not devastating, but it's good. We're good. Okay. I would just have to redo this piece again, so... Okay, so let's... Okay, let's put this and this. Let's get these last two walls in here then. And I think I'm going to light this up and put the thing from beneath trophy inside of this as well. I think that's like he's in his cage in the middle is what I think I'm going to do. Okay, that's not the right size there, so let me carefully bust that. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'll get the wall in first and then I'll fill it afterwards. That way I know spacing's right. What is going on? Why are you not fitting in? Oh, maybe just the wrong height. Okay, it's the right height all the way around. Let me just go crash out through the night. Oh yeah, the more I look at it from the bottom, the more I like it. I might have to put some red trim. Like I might put a red pillar around. I think there is a red beam somewhere. Sorry, I distract myself. Yeah, just from here. It is from Ninjago. The only problem, I could put the red beam, but it can't go on the diagonal here. Hey, Pablo, welcome back. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Let me go finish what I was doing before I get too distracted. Okay. Try the 12. Try the 8. Okay, let me just pull back up here a bit. And I'll put in a larger floor to cap it, which isn't gonna be a problem because I'm gonna kind of I want to make a pedestal or something for them. So let's see. There is a pedestal somewhere, but I think it's white pedestal though. I don't want white. Although, what does the thing from beneath trophy look like? It does have a white bottom on it, so that wouldn't be too terribly, or gray bottom on it. Wouldn't be too terribly bad to have gray there as well. How big is that? Oh, that's way too big. Shells won't. Yeah, I think I'm stuck in here. Oh, too bad it wouldn't fit on that thing with that stupid thing in the middle, but okay, let's look at tables, see what there is. Well, that might not be too bad. Well, let's put the thing from beneath. Okay, which way do I want him to face? You can only face the cardinal directions. Let's get it. He'll face north because that's where he came from. So that's centered up there. And he's still low enough that he fits. What does he look like on the inside? Oh yeah, that's not so bad. I need some green light or something in there. Let me put some roof on it here. Yeah, this one here. Okay, that's centered up. And 2, 4, 6, 8. That should be centered up right there, I think. We got no portals anymore. I've got portals everywhere, man. They're crazy. It's almost too many portals. I actually purposely go around avoiding the portals so that they don't just destroy everything in my world, because there's just too many of them. Okay. Maybe that's too high. Yeah, let me just get rid of my pedestal. I'll do something else instead. I'll just put down another 4x4 dead in the center and stick them on that. And that'll be high enough. Oh. Come on, get out of there so I can... Of course, I got to make the space as small as possible so I can't see what I'm doing. I can't tell if he's centered there or not. I think that's centered. Yeah, that's centered up there. Okay, let's find some lights. What is green? Green. I'd love if they would have something that would show you the actual color that the light put off. Oh yeah, that one will be green, I think. Okay. Where did it go? Why is it jacking me around there? Now, can I stick that inside here? No. Sometimes I can get them to stick in their places, but no, it doesn't like that. Okay, I like to put the lights kind of out of the way, but what if I stick it? Yeah, that's not too bad there. Space is so small that it's hard to see what I'm doing here. Oh, right there. It'll look better at night, I think. We'll have to come back when it's dark and check it out then. All right. I might end up putting some more in there. Where? So I could put that there, or I could put a statue or something. I could put like a dragon statue. We'll put this for right now. Leave that, I think. And then I want to put a few more decorations on this. There's these lights I really like. I use them all over the place. If you were to tour all my builds, you'd see these lights everywhere. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this is one of them. I need plastoid though. I don't have plastoid. Not here. Yeah, I love these ones. I think I'll just stick those in the corner, but I'll have to go get plastoid before I can do that. Okay, we'll leave that for right now. Okay, so I want to put some trim around this center piece as well. So let's go back to Ninjago again. And let's put some railings in. All right, and then clear the thing and let's get some. I want like a Japanese garden kind of a look, I think. So let's put that one there. I really like this one. I think I'll put this there and we'll put the other one there, and then let me find what else is there. There's this one here, and it's kind of cool. There's another one I liked better though. This one here. I like this one. And there was bamboo. Oh, there it is. Bamboo. Yeah. Stick one of those in there. One of those bamboos that everybody's got to have on their office and their desk. Okay, so what does the thing from beneath look like? Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, you can see them in there glowing green at least. Maybe I will stick 2 more lights in there. For now, I'll just leave that. But yeah, at least it gives it some green glow. Okay. Let me test. Let's sleep through the night and then we'll test and see that that railing doesn't interfere with my bounce up. Oh, I got in at least. Oh. Maybe it does interfere. Man, sometimes I hate that vaulting. Okay, that's good enough. I can get in there, no problem. Okay, so the wall ones, you said the wall lights have green, huh? Let me just check those. Wall lights. Standing lamps. Wall. That looks like it would be green. Let me just... See, that one, it's green, but it doesn't give off green light. I wish they would have a little color indicator of what the light is going to be. Oh, Doom ones. Yeah, Doom should be green for sure. Yeah, that's got a green look to it. Let me put that other one that I used and see which is greener. I should be doing this in the dark, I guess, but yeah, maybe I'll use a combination. I'll leave that for now. It's got a little bit of green in there. I can live with that for now. So, okay, so the center is, I think it's done as much as I want. I might have to modify the way things are if I have trouble bouncing up in there, but I think for the most part, that's all right. So, okay. All right, let's do some decor on the outside here. Back to Ninjago. I think I'm going to go with railings. And stick some of these all the way around to fill in that gap so it looks a little nicer. Yeah, see there I am. I do that too often. I press the the button twice and knock myself out. I petitioned to change it to three presses to fly, but I'm not sure they'll change it. Getting a little laggy here. Okay, that's all right. Okay. So next, I'm going to do more. I want to put some like pedestals in here that kind of block us off. I don't want this hole to be quite as big, and I don't, because you can't put too much on an angle because there's only so many pieces. I'll have to put some other stuff in, and I got some ideas, but I think first, before I do that, I'll work on the roof and finish it up. So I've got this one done already. So let me just slap in all the big pieces here. I'll have to do some trim afterwards. Oh. Getting a little laggy on me. I'm starting to click things in the wrong spot. All right. Okay, let's put on this top trim. Yeah, that'll work. I got to put another piece on the inside to cover up the framing, that red framing. I want to cover that up as well on the inside. And I think there's some. I did a bunch of like comparisons of different half walls before, and trying to find one. I think I'll use one that looks kind of like a. I think it was from the stage. The stage on Festival. All right, last one. walls. Yeah, that looks all right. I'll fill in that framing. Still like open air. You still get a feeling that it's not too closed in, but it looks good though. I like it. I'm pleased. I'm pleased with it. And making these walls this is why I make everything at least 1.5, sometimes 2 wall heights high, just because it feels more open and not as claustrophobic. All right, what do I want to do next? Let's put the trim in here. I'm not sure if I want to do the same trim as is there, or if I want to go with a completely different color. What if I go straight black? What does it look like? What is this? Daft Punk? I don't know, black. I mean, it does go with the roof, but it's got that little red band in there, so I'm not sold on it. What else would look good? Not grays. Maybe the dark brown. Because the dark brown will at least complement the grooves in the tan roofing here. Yeah, this here. Does it match up? Clear. It's not too bad. I think it's better than black. All right, let's go with that. And what is this, 8s? And what do I got in the way of sizes? I've got 6, 8, 12s. That gives me some variety at least. Okay, I should be able to work with that. Yeah, see, red would be so perfect. Like once I get around to this side, I can just see that I'd love to have red flooring, but unfortunately that's not an option. Oh my God, no, it's not gonna work. Let's go 12 and 6. It's always a time-consuming part, the little trim areas. Do this one. Where was I? Right there. One piece. There we go. Wrong one. It's not going to fit. Got to be close to finish in the side now. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that is done all the way around. All right, let's go back to Ninjago and put some more railings in. I think I'll put that there, and then let me add Locky to this as well. I think I'm going to put that same railing I put underneath. I think I'm going to use that as well because it's red and a little different. So if I put this here, where is it? I don't want it that way though. I want it the other way. Can I get it? I got to do it this. Let's see. Do I want it like that, or do I want it like that? No, I don't want it like that. Okay, how far away from the wall am I though? I'm a long ways away from the wall, so I want to push that over more, so I got to go probably 8. Yeah, okay, so if I do this, come on. Then I can slap on a couple of these. Then I should be able to line them up. Perfectly. Yeah, oh, sandwich ran out. That's going to freak me out when I fall and I go right off the side of the cliff as well. Sometimes it just trips me out even when you just jump off. It's so high up. Okay, there's a bit of a gap there, but one gap. But do I want to... Because I could add this piece in there, I guess. No, I think I'm going to live with it. Yeah, I think I'll live with that because I think that I don't like the look of the second piece in there. Okay, so let's stick this on this side as well. All right. Yeah, I wish I could put some sort of trim along this front edge here as well to hide the rough edge, but if it was one of the cardinal directions, I would totally trim it off to hide that rough edge, but because it's on the 45, there's not much I can do with it. All right. Let's just, where did I put that on the, right on the very outside. All right. Just falling off here. So I live in Eastern Europe, so I usually play earlier in the day. I notice, like this is my evening now, I notice it's so much laggier now because I normally when I play, I don't think North America is up. So my lag isn't too bad, but being on the weekend, I think everybody up on their Saturday, Sunday on playing Fortnite, it definitely slows things down. I don't normally have too much lag. I just gotta remember to go slower so it doesn't jump as much. Yeah, hey, Parasite. Yeah, sorry, I don't stream as much as I should. I try to find something or projects that are interesting before I start streaming. A lot of what I do is just play around, right, and do adventures and stuff. But when I do a larger build, I try to at least stream that. I like to watch other people as well, see how they make their builds, because it's just interesting to see how people adapt the different techniques in there, because it's such a versatile game, right? At least on the building side of it. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to do there. Now let's find some half walls. And this takes forever to get to the bottom here, because I don't remember which set it was that I was looking at. So sometimes I do stream, like, so on YouTube, I tend to stream the builds. I do sometimes just stream to Twitch for just my normal everyday gameplay. Like with Twitch, nothing gets saved. It just while you're watching it, and then it's gone. But my timing is also terrible. Like I made a point like of trying to stream in my evenings. Usually I'm doing things in the evenings, but my wife's out of town, so it's kind of worked out perfect. But normally I play earlier in the day as well, which is everybody in North America is sleeping. Yeah, I think it's a Daft Punk I want to use. Let's take a look at some of the other walls. That doesn't match. I mean, I think this is too bright, but let's just take a look at, this is the Tomato Temple wall. Okay, let me sleep tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't stream a whole lot, so I don't really have a streaming setup. I'm just streaming straight from my PlayStation. I know a lot of guys have the whole streaming setup that's more adaptive, but I haven't got to that point. I don't think I got a laptop, but I don't think my laptop could handle the gameplay and the streaming. And yeah, I guess I was like I know several people kind of discovered the directional building. I was probably one of the first, if not the first, because I discovered it quite early and I never made videos before. So I put out a couple short videos. I built Stonehenge actually using the angled building technique. And I put those up, but nobody really kind of noticed that. I mean, I wasn't talking. I just put music in the background. And I wanted to actually show how to do it. But at the time, I had a PS4 and it was terrible quality. So I bought myself a PS5 just so I'd have better quality. And then I had to watch a bunch of videos and figure out how to make a YouTube video. And then I put out the tutorial. So by the time I put it out, there was a couple other people that put out tutorials about the same time. But yeah, I was definitely one of the early finders of directional building. Okay, so Friendly Neighborhood and the Daft Punk set I like. What else is there? I tried these ones here from Raven's Roost. I didn't like it. Oh, this is new, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Look at that. How does that look? It's got white on the bottom, but I'm gonna cap the bottom anyways, but it would have a stream of white. What does the corner look like for that? Oh man, my leg is killing me here. Oh, I may go with that. I don't like that. I don't like the streak of white in here, but what can you do? Like if I put on that other flooring piece here, it wouldn't be as bad. But you'd still see, I guess it's not too bad. If it really annoys me, I could always put a cover strip over it as well and hide it, because I could flip a piece and put it sideways here and cover it if it really gets to annoying me. But it's not that bad. But I don't know if I can make that piece work though, because yeah, I think I'm gonna end up with a bind, because I can put it here, but once I put the one in this corner, it's not gonna fit. Okay, let's shortlist it. Daft Punk, Friendly Neighborhood, and Ramera City. Yeah, it only has the one size of 16. That's not going to work for me. Okay, let's scratch that one. Where was that tomato temple when I put in here? So my tomato temple doesn't look too bad, and it's got different sizes, so I can really make that work for me, because I can also do this. Put that in there, and then I can use this corner piece. I don't know how this is going to look, but we'll try it. Okay, so there's that, or maybe I do this one here. And it's also got some corner pieces here. We'll make it fairly versatile. I think that's the one I'm going to use. It's got more detail to it, and the detail when I start adding light is going to make it pop. And the question is, yeah, here's an issue though. Because it does pop out, so I can't. So what can I do? So I can't get them to snug up against each other tightly. But it's got enough pieces that I should be able to. Okay, let's see what I can do. If I put two of them in there, actually, let's put them in the back. Because I'll see the back more than I'll see the sides. And then I can put in just a smaller wall on the sides. Come on, getting laggy. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, you can see a bit of a gap in the corner, but it's not that noticeable. Okay. So that's what we're going to go with. Okay. Occasionally I go around and change my builds as well, especially as new sets come out. I'll get new ideas and change them up. Let me just go around and slap all the big pieces in first, so I'm not flipping through the menu as much. All right. I'll just do one size at a time, go all the way around, and then I don't have to go through the menu over and over and over again. That's all those. Done there already. Yeah, it is getting a lot laggier. I don't know if it's because of the build. It's not that complex of a build, but I think it's just more people coming online. Okay, just the corner piece now. One there. I think I got that one up there already. Yeah. I put this one in backwards, didn't I? Eating our sandwich. And take that out carefully. Is that how it's meant to be? No, it's not. I got to bug it up here. That's right there. Okay, let me just double check all those. Yeah, that one's not right either. All right, let's just get some daylight again. Really should just put the bed up here, I think. Although I do like dropping off it and bouncing back up again. That's all right. Put that one in. Okay, so everything looks good there, and there. Something's wrong over here. What did I do different? I know I did different. I got things misaligned here. All right. Okay, so there's a small little weird gap there in the corners, but it's not that noticeable. I can live with that. Okay, some trim now. And the trim, I believe, was from Majestic Manor. Let me take a look. It could be Shogun, though. Yeah, it was maybe Shogun. Yep, that's it. Okay. So I put one already in. There it is. Let's start from there. Actually, I'm gonna bust that out because I'm gonna start Start from the backs. That'll give me a 14. Okay. Clip these ones in. And then I think after this, it's just going to be like some superficial decorating. Just to make it look a little better. And then I got to start moving my chests up top. And a few workstations. I'm not going to have a full... I mean, I primarily just use this base for the Ninjago stuff for my main amount of resources. I keep that in my main base. There's no point in moving it over here and duplicating my whole main base and having stuff in two places, but I'll keep all my Ninjago stuff over here. All right. That doesn't look too bad. I like that. Let's get away a little ways away. All right. So there's a couple things I still want to do. For it, I want to put in a little bit of decor in here. There was these... I gotta find them now. I think they were Ninjago as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Hey, thanks, Dashamaid. Yeah, I'm just trying to build. I just wanted something that was a storage. Like my base is starting to get really messy with chests all over the place, and it was very disorganized. And it got to the point that I've got enough stuff that I wanted a base that was part of the Ninjago, but wasn't interfering with the actual build from the game because I really like it. So I designed it so that I can, like when you teleport in, you teleport to about right here. And the idea being that you can just walk in and immediately bounce up into my base, and I can dump off all my stuff or organize it. And at least here I can be more uniform, right? Without disturbing the rest of the base. I really like the way they did Ninjago base, and I didn't want to clutter it up too much. Yeah, I like sky bases. They're a lot of fun. I don't know if I gotta put out just like a show reel on it. I did a 6-part stream. My previous stream, I built this, you know, those huge towers in the middle of the dry valley. I built this giant circular rotating fortress that goes around, and it actually rotates. You can rotate it around the whole thing. It's glitchy because it's so big and so heavy, but it takes about 15 minutes, and I can get the whole thing to go around. I actually did a time lapse of it going around as well. But if you have time, you could just check out those other ones, and you can just see from the thumbnail even what it looks like. But I got to put out a show reel on it. Yeah, these things here, I want to use these. There's 4 of them, which is perfect. I can put like a different color on each. I can put it, and it is Ninjago, I think, as well, isn't it? Yeah, Ninjago Island. Okay. Let me just slap that down. I'll just pick all 4 of them. So they're in my quick menu. And then I want to go to Lockie's Lighthouse. Go to railings. And I'm going to use these railings. I got to figure out where I want the spacing of this railing. So if I put it right at the tip there, I think that'll work perfect. So I'll do those. And then I can fit these into the railing as close as possible, or into the circular part as close as possible. Okay, so we'll have, I don't know which color represents which direction, but we'll go with black to the west, I guess. And if we put this railing in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like a weird half railing. Yeah, kind of like that, I think. Does that look somewhat? It looks a little goofy. I think I want to move it over a bit, but yeah, I think that's more centered for that. And then yeah, that looks better. I have them facing like that. What is that? Yeah, from the outside, I think that looks all right. Yeah, I can do one color on each of the 4 sides to change it up a bit. Hey, speaking of games, my day is going good. It's actually the end of my day. It's my evening here, so but it was a good day. It was nice. The weather was nice. It's nice that spring is here. All right. Okay, I'll do that all the way around. No, I'm not using the bus station glitch. I actually, in this one here, I put in some anchor pieces. So I've got one, I anchored this center pillar separately, and then I anchored this main base separately as well using, you can see there's like a little, it's hard to see here. There's this little piece, I didn't mean to fall down. A little piece right there. I've got 3 of those, one there, one there, and I floated those up. I couldn't float them. I had to use thrusters to get them up, and then I just broke them apart and left them in place here. If I did, the first part of my stream was yesterday, this time yesterday. So like the very first part of my video from yesterday, if you wanted to see exactly how I do it, the first 30 minutes or so is me putting these starting pieces in place. One piece inside of the center piece to hold it, and then those 3 pieces underneath. And then that way you don't need to have a bus station. And you can see from how I do it there, but if you check out Lego Moxie on YouTube, he did a super in-depth explanation of how to do it. So I'll show you. We'll take a quick pause and I'll show you how you do it so it doesn't fall down. So let's do this. Okay, it's a 2-part thing, so you need to have 2 things. You need to have one, a dynamic foundation. So I'll put this down, and of course, if I push this, it's going to move, right? So you have to have a dynamic foundation. So slam a dynamic foundation down, and then aiming off that dynamic foundation, I'm going to throw down another piece here. So let me just pick one of these vehicle pieces. All right, so I'm just going to click off, like I'm aiming and clicking off this, and I'm moving it out. So it's exactly where it's supposed to be. Now it needs to anchor to the ground, so I'll lower it down a little bit. And then this piece now is anchored in the ground. Like you can't push it, it's stuck, it's not going to move anywhere because you just stuck it in the ground. But this one's still dynamic. Now the trick is you have to have more pieces on the dynamic section than the ground. So I've only got 1 piece here. So I need to stick a couple pieces onto here. So I'll just stick 2 pieces onto the dynamic section. So now there's 3 pieces on the dynamic section and only 1 piece here. That makes the dynamic section dominant, is what the word I'll use for it. And then what I'll do is I just need to connect them. So if I take this here and I push it over until it touches the platform, so right there it's touching. As soon as I touch this, it should, sometimes it moves a little bit, sometimes you get a little click or a little puff, so just watch. You can see it just kind of moved up the slightest, tiniest amount, right? So now, let me just put a pillar here and a pillar there. And you'll see I can take this piece, and now it's dynamic. I can push this, and everything moves. So that piece that I just anchored there is now, oh, let me eat a sandwich here. So now that piece is now just hanging out into the air here. If I break this piece now that's holding it, this piece, because the game still thinks it's a static piece. It just temporarily thought it was dynamic when I connected it to the dynamic platform. It's now in the air and it's just hanging there. Now if you want to build on it, you can build on this. You can add whatever you want to it and it'll stay in place. So that's essentially what I did up top. I did that 2 different times. I did it once for the top little floating piece, and I did it once for the main body. Although when I did the main body, I actually put 3 pieces in place. The caveat is you can't do anything to this piece now. If you destroy this piece, everything comes crashing down. So as soon as I destroy this, you'll see the here. I'll put a couple more pieces here. Right, so now I'll just hit this one and you'll see those 3 pieces, they're all going to fall to the ground because the only thing holding it in place was that one piece there. So you got to be a little careful to make sure you don't do that. So I didn't discover this. The first person that I found that discovered it was Bacano, and he showed me. I asked him, he showed me how to do it, but he didn't publish a video on it. He just showed me how to do it, and I built some stuff on it. About like 4 or 5 months later, Lego Moxie put out a video, very detailed, showing how to do it. So if you want to build a sky base, it's the best way to do it because you don't need to have the bus stop in place. But same as the bus stop thing, if you destroy the bus stop, the whole thing crashes. This is the same idea. Oh, sorry, you had an ad and you didn't see it. Oh, that's crap. Hold on. Yeah, if I can give me 1 second. Let me just put the link to this video in the chat. I'll just hold on 1 minute here. All right, that's the link to Lego Moxie's video on how you do it. And then with that, there could still be some glitches. I mean, this is not a building method for how you actually supposed to do it in Lego. It's definitely a glitch or cheesing the game, right? But you might have some problems. Like even if you watch my stream video from yesterday, you'll see that at the very start, I did have some problems as well because I went up onto the platform and then the piece I was trying to anchor, because it was touching the platform, it actually stuck to the platform and it didn't anchor in place. So I ended up having to redo it again and making a gap. So you might have some issues with it and you might have to play around, but the basic principle is just to get a static piece, connect it to a dynamic piece, move it where you want to, and then break the connection and it anchors. No worries. Thanks for stopping in, man. I hope you have fun with the coupling and uncoupling. Probably more frustration than fun, but it's a great technique once you get it worked out. Yeah, and if you want to show me your world, I unfortunately maybe not tomorrow because I'm leaving on vacation, so I'll be gone for like a week. But I mean, if you message me either on this video or Discord or Reddit, for sure I would come check out your world. I love seeing what other people have done. Always gives me good inspiration. All right, I'll put all these in, and then I'll do the railings the other way for the back side of it. And what I got left? Dark blue, I think. Yeah, that's it. One thing I don't like about this floor is if you put your pointer in the wrong spot, you hit the low points, and then it doesn't want to clip into place. I think after I get these in there, I might put some few things on the part where I'm missing up on top of these half walls there. I think I'll put something up there, and then after that, it's just migrating my chests and stuff up, which I probably won't do all of them on the stream, but it's just kind of mundane work at that point. All right, what does that look like? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I think it's decorative enough for what I want. Let's take a look at some wall coverings as well, because I can put some stuff. I can put some stuff on those half walls as well, as long as it looks like it fits in. Yeah, stuff like this too, right? I can always put some of these little markers and stuff, or what else do they have? Oh, these are too big. I could, in the spirit of Star Wars, I could mix it up a bit and put some Star Wars stuff in there as well. What else do we got? Yeah, I mean, you can always stick in like banners and stuff. I just like having lots of contour and texture, because when you add lights, one of the things that's absolutely phenomenal about this game is their use of light and lighting is absolutely amazing. So if you have lots of contours and stuff, the light just pops on it. So yeah, let's just stick one of those in there. Okay, what else we got? That one's a bit smaller, but okay. We'll keep to the spirit of different things on each side. I'm just trying to find things. Yeah, the 3D, the bungalow, that's still to date one of my favorite builds of all time. I really like the way that looks. The one with the 3 trophies, they kind of patched it a bit now, so you can, like, I got those ones to go at like almost a 45-degree angle connecting, and you can still do angles, but they made it so you can't go quite as hard as you used to, unfortunately. Sometimes you can glitch it and get it to stick, but okay, so I don't think there's much else that I saw that's going to fit in there. Use that one. Oh, that one there. Let's use this one. I need to find one other thing for the last wall. to stick in there. Oh, what about this one here? What is this? That's Ninjago as well. Okay, so it's the Ninjago theme all the way around. Perfect. And let's go to flowers and ornaments and weird stuff. Okay, let's check Ninjago only. Not just Ninjago. We'll do Ninjago. We'll do the Oni Stronghold, and we'll do Ramera City, and we'll just see what kind of stuff there is that's ornamental. Because I'm thinking I can just put some stuff kind of on these pillars here, just so it doesn't look as boring and bland. Although I don't think I like that. I can always put just lights or something there as well. Maybe I'll leave that for 8 right now. But I think that's basically it for the interior. I'm going to have to put some benches in because you can see like the villagers are getting bounced up here, but if they don't have anything to interact with, they just stand here doing nothing. But watch, as soon as I put a bench down, he's going to go sit on the bench, guaranteed. So I'll just stick a bench there. And as soon as you give a bench or you give a table, you give some seats, like look at, he sees it, he'll be going over there. He's going, come on. Oh, he's going to prove me wrong. But they normally interact with whatever you put. You put a fire, you put your town hall, you put a bench, you put tables and seats. They end up going around. So I'll put some of that to keep it more interactive with the villagers. And then my intention is to put a few workstations on the sides, and I'll stack up all my chests. So let's get let's get a few, because we need to have some workstations anyways. I need to get the, no, I don't need the, I need this one. I'm going to put one of those up there for sure. And I got to stick some chests in as well. So, and I'd like, maybe I'll do it in this way. Maybe I'll put this one centered there. I'll put this one centered on this window. And then I should be able to get some chests in between. And I haven't figured out how I want to organize it just yet, but I'll definitely have to organize it better than it is. Yeah, my flying fish is worn off. Okay, so I want to do something. I need to get all of my stuff. So this is, let me get rid of. So the way I work my organization, just as a side tip on how I take care of things, when I come back from scouting around or just exploring, or if I collect the stuff from my villagers, I don't want to have to go every time and find all the different chests and dump it off. So I use a 4-chest system like this. So one chest is this one. It's got all my like wood and stone and metal. I've got this one that's basically got everything Ninjago. I've got one chest that's got, this one, this chest is all like my things you get from creatures, brutes, some dynamite, miscellaneous type stuff. And then I've got one that's like food and the cloth. So when I come back from exploring, I just dump it in there. And then when it gets full, I just unload it all and I put it where it's supposed to. That way I don't end up running around my village a whole bunch looking for the things, because I found that I was spending too much time doing that, man. Just running around dumping stuff off all the time. So I'm going to put these right here so I don't have to go up to my base every time I come in. I'm just trying to get it That's about perfect. If I just come back and I want to dump stuff off, I can just dump it in here. And then I just keep one basically of everything in there. And when I get a stack of 80, I take that stack of 80 and double. I usually wait until the whole thing gets full and I can't put any more in it, but so I'll put those back where they belong. I just moved them out of the way at the start of this so that I could have enough room for things. Something else is to note, like when you're doing the 45 stuff, like you can see this isn't lining up. Get out of the way, Lloyd. It isn't lining up just right, centered there. But when you're doing the 45, if you play around with where your cursor is, you can sometimes get them to line up better. Yeah, there. See, now it lines up. Well, not quite. There. So that's almost centered now if you move it around. Then I can get it almost perfect. It only works on the 45s. Oh, I gotta drop this stuff off. On the cardinal directions, it's fixed. So. Perfect. They need a deposit everything button. And you can pull everything else out at once, but they don't have a button for depositing everything at once. Yeah, so those will be my deposit things. As soon as I spawn in right here, then I can just run around, dump off all the stuff onto those. And then I just need to clean up stuff. Like you can see, I got this is the stuff that's going to go up top. It's basically just stuff you get on Ninjago Island. I mean, you get tons of spider stuff. I mean, I must have fed a chicken or something to get all the wool. And then I've just got stuff strewn all over the place. I just need to relocate it to other spots, like just random chests all over the place, and I just need to put it somewhere else. If you didn't know, the opal and steel were so hard to get, but this latest update, that stone, this guy here, what is he? This stone breaker guy, man, he dumps so much steel. This one. Yeah, this guy. If you take this guy, I've killed him and got 40 at once with luck on my weapon, man. And now I've got tons of steel. So. All right, so I think that's about all I'm going to do for my stream. I'm probably going to add more light to it, but I think I'll just do that on my own time. It's all very superficial now. The bulk of the build is done. This is basically how it's going to look. Maybe some lighting and some minor adjustments, but nothing major to it. So I think I'm probably going to end the stream there. If you're interested in seeing how I anchored those pieces, the very start of yesterday's stream has that. And if you're interested in more details on it, you can check out Lego Moxie's video that I linked there. He did a really good job of going into all the details. But now I have a spot where I can just jump off and cruise out into the worlds from here. It's perfect. All right. Thank you very much for checking in or tuning into my stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to put some sort of a feature video on this as well, just to show it off when I get some time. It'll be a little harder here because you can't float this high, but I'll try to put something together to make it look cool. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Oh yeah, good luck with that, Stay Frosty. If you do need some help, you just let me know. I can come in and give you some tips if you end up. But if you follow Lego Moxie's video, I'm sure you'll be able to get it. All right, have a good day, guys, or a good night, depending on where you're at.